Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dragkeep here, and welcome back to another What If. Today's What If is, what if All Might died? Now, of course, when I say that, I'm talking about what if All Might died during the big fight. What if he got more than just his big scar? I should announce that before before I start this, if this video gets over 10 likes, I will continue it. But with that out of the way, let's get straight into the video. Now, All Might without a doubt did his best. But within 4 minutes of fighting, All Might died. By the hands of All For One. And this time All Might died before he could deliver for the punch that destroyed All For One's face. And I believe Izuku was not at the time. And he got ticked off. And he decided that he was the one that was going to avenge All Might. But he needed to buff up first. He had to get increasingly strong. Stronger than All Might ever was. A year passes. And Izuku is just as buff as he was after the whole beach training arc thing. Only this time, he wasn't training for One For All, because One For All is gone. No, this time, he was training for himself to defeat All For One. Now, Nine is in his agency, sitting in his desk, and he decides to look into the future in 6 years. To basically see what troubles the villain is going to do. But when he looks to the future in 6 years, he sees Izuku being given a medal from the brown-haired policeman right here. And dubbing and saying that once Izuku gets his license, his hero license, since for helping them get rid of All For One, he will dub Izuku the next symbol of peace. Nine got out of the vision. And Izuku and his where was I? Oh yeah. And Night Eye's mind was wrapped around this. He had to figure out who that kid was. So he got on his computer, did the best he could for facial recognition, and he found them. But Night Eye was incredibly surprised to find out that the kid who was supposed to save everyone and destroy Alpha One is seemingly quirkless. He thought to himself, but that can't be a quirkless person taking down Alpha One? He thought he'd look into the future one more time, but instead of 6 months, he decided to look forward in 1 month into the future. And he found Izuku running at incredible speed out of a secret laboratory. And then suddenly, without him even realizing it, shooting flame. Izuku shot flames out of his right hand and blasted air through his left hand. And Night Eye got out of his vision. And then Night Eye said to himself, based on his reaction, it seems like that only happened as the vision happened. But I gotta find this kid, quick. As Izuku is walking around, Bakugo finds him, and at this point, Izuku has completely ignored all the bullying that Bakugo has done. And Bakugo goes not exactly mad, but concerned. Because to him, he's thinking, because Bakugo is thinking to himself, why? Deku, you've always just either squirmed off or cried like a baby whenever I bullied you. Why are you ignoring me now? Why are you ignoring me at all? Bakugo caught up to Midoriya. Yeah, and asked him the big question. Why? Every day I see you getting stronger and stronger. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Izuku turned to his bully dead in the eye and said, I have to do it, Bakugo. All Might died for us. The only way peace can come back is if All For One is put behind bars. And with his quirk being able to take away other people's quirks, people like you are easy targets. But if a quirkless person gets buff enough, runs fast enough, I should be able to make good use out of All For One and take him down for good. And while saying that, he unknowingly walked into an alleyway where All For One appeared out of nowhere. And All For One said, without his mask, of course, because he doesn't need it anymore, because he doesn't have the face that looks like bubblegum. Anyways, he says, so, you think you can fight me? Or however he talks before he turned into bubblegum head. Then come fight me right now. If you've got what it takes, I'll let you live to train some more. But if you don't, I'll just kill you right here and right now. Izuku accepts the challenge and tells Bakugo to head out. Bakugo does go, but not to save himself. No. Bakugo goes running to get a pro hero. They fight. Izuku and All For One fight for 6 minutes. And All For One manages to throw Izuku to the ground. All For One looks at All For One puts his hand on his face and feels something off with it. He looks at his hand and finds his blood on it. He then looks at his watch and sees that there's been 6 minutes since they fought. Then, to top it all off, To top it all off, Izuku, bloody and bruised, including his legs, which took most of the damage, is still got up and got ready to fight some more. Izuku rushed that All For One, but All For One quickly grabbed him by the neck. As All For One said to him, "You did well, kid. Not only did you manage to scar my face, but our fight lasted 6 minutes, whereas All For One's, whereas my fight with All Might's lasted only 4. So, a deal's a deal, kid. You have 6 years to train your body. For in 6 years, I want a rematch." Don't disappoint, kid. Our fight in 6 years will determine if you are good enough to fill All Might's shoes. All For One then throws Izuku back into the ground and flies away. Well, technically, yeah, I'm pretty sure he flew away. Pretty sure that's one of his quirks. And some scientists came over and found Izuku knocked down on the floor. They overheard All For One's conversation with Izuku. The two scientists were talking. Scientist 1 said, "What's the use of this kid? There's no way he, a quirkless person, will be able to do something like this." The Scientist 2 thought about it, and then said to Scientist 1, "What if we helped him out? I figured out a way to give quirks to quirkless people. And same to the other people. Basically, I figured out a way to give quirks to other people. All we need is a month, and that should be enough." The next day, well, not yet. Bakugo finds Night Eye and brings him to the big fight, only to see All For One flying away and Izuku being carried away by 2 scientists. And Night Eye said out loud, "So that's how it happens. That's how he gains those quirks." Bakugo goes, "Quirks? What are you talking about?" Night Eye says, "I'll be frank with you, kid. I looked into the future. and Izuku Midoriya will fight all for one and win. He is the next symbol of peace. And that's where I'm going to leave it off. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, boom, set that like button across the face. Catch you next one, guys. Laters.